All right, welcome to McKenzie Stadium for Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. The night game tonight is going to be against the Puyallup Vikings against the Evergreen Plainsmen. We were able to watch an exciting game last week between Evergreen and Union. Union had the early game tonight. They just lost a heartbreaker to who'd they play? Woodinville, that's right. But tonight we've got Evergreen. Evergreen is going to go ahead and receive to start the game off. Kyle, let's talk a little bit about Evergreen and last week and what they're looking to do this week.
Yeah, last week, one of the funkiest games you will see. Ryan, I believe you had some nuggets as far as yardage.
Yeah, so Evergreen won in overtime last night. With the rushing game, which is a concern of Evergreen, they actually had a total net of -8 yards on the ground last week. So they were able to go ahead and pull off the win. They were able to force 4 turnovers against the Union Titans that really helped them out, including a 95-yard interception return for a touchdown. They forced a fumble against Union on the 1-yard line that prevented a touchdown for Union. A lot of crazy things happened. There was a safety in that game. So lots of interesting things happen, but this week we're looking for a good one tonight. These two teams met last year, almost a year ago today on the 13th. Puyallup beat Evergreen 37-13 last year, so Evergreen's looking to get a little bit of revenge tonight. As we start, that kick is going to go out of the back of the end zone. Evergreen will go ahead and start this game on their own 20-yard line.
And a lot of the players you will see tonight for Evergreen did play in that game last year where Evergreen is just stacked with juniors and seniors. They will remember last year, looking to not only prove that last week wasn't a fluke, but also, like Ryan said, get some revenge against the Puyallup Vikings. We are having some technical difficulties with the logos down there. This is not Woodinville against Union. This is Evergreen against Puyallup.
And we're going to have a false start to start this game off on... I'm sorry, it was not a false start. It was offside against Puyallup. So that's going to turn this into 1st and 5.
Talk a little about Jaden Baum here, quarterback for Evergreen, as we're looking at potentially we're going to get an early substitution for an equipment issue. Ryan, talk to me about Jaden Baum.
Yeah, Jaden Baum, a sophomore, led the Plainsmen to the playoffs last year as a freshman. They're still seeking that first playoff win since 2004. But young quarterback, but he's got a lot of experience under his belt as he sets to go ahead. Looks like they just can't figure out the play. But he's got a 3-receiver set here down on the near side of your screen. Baum drops back to fire an early one, finds his receiver in the middle of the field. And that's going to be number 22, Hudson Nellis, the junior.
Markel Newell on the tackle. It looked like Michael Pulalasi was almost able to get a hand on that, but Baum threads the needle there. Something we've seen from Baum time and time again here in his young career as a Plainsman. Another equipment issue. Weird one play so far. A couple of substitutions, a penalty.
Looks like that we finally got things set. Baum with a 4-receiver set, and we've got another official stoppage. And we're going to send another lineman off the field for the Vikings.
Not a ton of football so far in this football game. We will get back to action here momentarily. Has been a long 24 seconds so far. Vikings set. The clock is not running. That was a completion last play.
Real. Baum drops back, unable to go ahead and find a completion with his receiver. Intended receiver was number 9, Darren Schmidt. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Jaden Woodland in coverage there. Another opportunity for Baum here.
Baum looking to find Elijah English. English getting hit right as the ball coming in. That was a good defensive play. That's going to fall incomplete, bring up 3rd down.
Big hit there from Markel Newell.
Time was great. We're going to go ahead and see the replay here. Baum immediately finds English, who was open. Newell taking no time to close that distance.
Yeah, and Keegan Johnson almost got he did get a hand on that. Nearly intercepted. Would have been a back-breaking turnover for Evergreen this early. One more equipment issue. Already up to what seems like hundreds so far. Again, just 31 seconds into the game.
As we're waiting for things to get sorted out here, as a reminder, I'm Ryan Bassminer. I'm with Kyle Bleeke here on Comcast Channel 328 in HD. Or for those of you out of the area, you can find us on the Evergreen Public Schools YouTube channel as we are streaming live. And Baum is set here with a 5-receiver set. He drops back. He fires one over the middle. He's going to go ahead and find Darren Schmidt for a big gain, and that's going to be 1st down.
Cody McFadden, we've already said his name a couple times, but Markel Newell involved in the tackle there. Is a good replay.
Yeah, Baum just finds Schmidt immediately through the middle.
And Baum, like Ryan mentioned too, he's a sophomore, started the whole year last year for Evergreen as a true freshman. Does not play like a sophomore though. I mean, this is a big kid with a tight spiral. We're going to be seeing a lot of him for the next couple of years.
Yeah, Baum's putting in a lot of work as he finds Terrence Sarion in the flat there. Sarion's going to go ahead and get a gain of 4 out of that. But Baum put in a lot of work in the offseason. He knew that he's got a big frame, and he worked hard. He dropped about 30 pounds to be just a little bit more mobile, a little bit more athletic, and his hard work has certainly paid off so far in the season.
Not a single run for Evergreen so far, just trusting Baum to lead him down the field here.
And that snap's going to be high. Baum's able to go ahead and collect it, scrambles outside the pocket, getting close to the line of scrimmage, and he ultimately throws that one away.
Michael Pulalasi does take him down there. But Baum just hops right back up, looking to get right back to action here.
That's going to keep it at 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and Ryan, like you mentioned too last week, -8 yards rushing for Evergreen, but they come away with the victory. Not a single rush tonight.
They haven't had a running back line up tonight.
Yeah, they know what's... last week, a lot of defensive, just outstanding defensive efforts, including the, like you said, 95-yard interception return for a touchdown. Union got to the 1-yard line on a breakaway pass, and one of the Evergreen defensemen knocked the ball out of the Titans' hands back through the end zone. Their defense has proven you mentioned it a couple times last week, the bend but don't break strategy. But, man, when it counts, they get down to it, and they will find a way.
Yeah, they absolutely fought hard last week. And, I mean, there was a big controversy about a missed field goal that we'll certainly cover during the halftime show. But, I mean, ultimately they took advantage of it, and they got a big stop in overtime as Union tried to go for the two-point conversion. They were able to come away with a victory. So as we come out of the timeout, 3rd and 6.
Again, not a single running back out there for Evergreen.
Baum looks downfield, trying to find Terrence Sarion, and that's going to go ahead and fall incomplete.
There is a flag. It definitely looked like somebody got a hand on him. One of the referees threw it late, though. That is going to be more than likely pass interference, and it is against Puyallup. What a great pass again from Baum, though. Look at this.
Yeah, Baum finds Sarion early, just leads his receiver. You see there's a little bit of a hole coming from the Puyallup DB. That's going to be a big penalty against the Vikings. That's going to go ahead and spot the ball right on the 20, looks like the 27-yard line. Brings up 1st and 10.
Last week, first game of the season, Evergreen Union looked a little nervous.
And this is going to go ahead and back Evergreen up with a false start.
But tonight, man, Baum is coming out, firing out on all cylinders. You can tell he's just unafraid back there.
He is, and he's carrying himself with confidence, but it does seem that there's a little bit of confusion between him and his coaching staff. It's been taking him a long time to get his plays. As he scrambles outside of the pocket, he's able to go ahead and find his receiver, Damian Perez.
Josiah Mitchell eventually takes him down, but Perez with a broken tackle there. What an incredible scramble from Baum there.
Yeah, that's going to go ahead and bring up 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Nine seconds left on the play clock here.
We've got an equipment issue on the Evergreen side this time. Sarion is going to go ahead and check out. In checks Braden Rupp.
The refs are not putting up with any equipment issues here so far. Again, it feels like we're halfway into the second quarter. We're just 2.5 minutes into the game here.
Baum finds English early. English finds his way into the touchdown for a Plainsman score. That's going to go ahead and put 6 points up on the board for the Plainsmen.
Cody McFadden and Josiah Mitchell unable to take him down. Big touchdown from Evergreen. Again, just unafraid, going past every single time without even showing a running back. Puyallup knew what was coming and couldn't stop Baum.
So we went up for the extra point attempt. That's going to be Sean Cow, the place kicker. Hold looks good. Kick is good. That's going to bring the total to 7 for the Plainsmen. 9:15 left in the first quarter. Plainsmen 7, Vikings 0. Here's a replay of that touchdown. Baum finds English cutting into the middle, and English just muscles his way into the end zone.
Yeah, even Jaden Woodland got a hand on him and just nobody could bring him down. Evergreen already, this is the first offensive touchdown they've had in regulation this season, even after a victory last week. They scored in overtime. That was their only touchdown. Offensively,
you are correct.
Pretty bizarre game, as we mentioned a couple times. But one thing to keep an eye on, too, is Evergreen kicker. He is good for 40-plus yards if it comes down to it. So keep an eye on that throughout the game.
Yeah, he hit a long one last week.
With ease.
Yeah. Back to receive for the Vikings. It's going to be Jaden Woodland and Brighton Brindley. It's going to be Woodland goes ahead and watches that one roll into the end zone. The Vikings are going to go ahead and start their drive on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, Evergreen offensively just fearless. Would love to see the same defensive tenacity out of these guys here on this first drive. For Puyallup. Luke Parker, junior quarterback for the Vikings.
Parker's got Brighton Bailey lined up just off to his right. He's got a 3-receiver set down here towards the bottom of your screen. Hands this one off to Bailey. Bailey cuts the corner, and he's going to go ahead and get a gain of a 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
When and if Puyallup decides to attack through the air, keep your eye on Lawson Looker, receiver for the Vikings. Way out wide that last play, but he will have a major effect in the passing game tonight.
Parker hands this one off to Bailey again. Bailey tries to bounce to the outside, and he's going to meet a horde of plainsmen, and that's going to turn into no gain. Third and 5 for the Vikings on their 25-yard line.
It looked to be Kendrick Johnson on the tackle there. First to make the hit.
Ten seconds left on the play clock. Parker hands this one off to Bailey again, and it's going to be stopped short. I think we've got false start. That's going to back the Vikings up 5 yards. That brings it up to 3rd and 10.
And if you're Evergreen right now, stop right here. And how can you write a better start to the game for these guys if they're able to hold firm here?
Parker's got a bunch receiver set. Parker rolls out to his left, trying to find an option. He keeps the ball. He tucks it up the middle. Looks like the ball was popped loose.
Big hit there for Evergreen. Plainsmen do recover.
Yeah, it looks like there was a fumble. It was 4th down, so it was going to be a turnover on downs no matter what you look at. Oh, it was 3rd down.
And it looks...
We'll see it here. Parker decides to keep it and runs up the middle. He gets a big pop. That ball does come loose. Yeah, it is a fumble, and Evergreen recovers.
Puyallup is going to punt here, so they're
calling him down on contact.
It looks like it. Big hit for Evergreen, too.
So Evergreen's going to call a timeout. This is their second of the half. They only have one remaining with 6:30 left in the first quarter.
even that screams just unafraid to me. We're not going to need them later. We're going to be up by,
Or does it scream that we're disorganized and we're not quite sure what we're doing? Evergreen's going to go ahead and sort their defense out.
Those are polar opposites. Both could be true. Time will tell.
The punter for the Vikings is going to be Braylon Bowie. 6', 190 senior. Bowie sends this one high. It's a good pump. It's going to be fielded by Sarion. Sarion breaks his way out to the outside. He's ultimately going to go ahead and get pushed out of bounds inside Vikings territory right at the 42-yard line.
See if Evergreen keeps the same strategy as their first drive. Evergreen looking good in the green and gold tonight. Puyallup with the white jerseys, purple helmets. And again, look at that bomb. No backs next to him.
3 receivers set on the far side of the field. Bomb looking towards the middle. Finds number 22, Hudson Nellis. Big reception there. That's going to go ahead and bring the Plainsmen inside the red zone.
Jaden Woodland brings him down, but way too little too late. Huge gain for the Plainsmen. Another good look here.
Yeah, you see Baum checking his coverages, and he finds Nellis, who is able to go ahead and create some space.
Great catch.
Great catch by Nellis. Nellis ultimately brought down right at the 8-yard line, 9-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
I don't know how many good things we can say about Baum, but a lot of drop passes last week. His receivers are backing him up this time.
Baum had Hudson Nellis wide open at the back of the end zone. Instead, he finds Damian Perez. That's going to be a touchdown for the Plainsmen. That puts another 6 points up on the board.
Yeah, he had somebody in the back of the end zone wide open. Not a single Viking within 15 yards. Baum saw him and said, that's too easy. Let's throw it to the sideline, make it look pretty good. 13-0 lead for Evergreen so far.
Sean Cow attempting the extra point, and that's going to be good to make it 14-0 for your Evergreen Plainsmen against the Puyallup Vikings.
Yeah, we're going to get a good look at. Yeah, you can see him right in the background, just wide open, but doesn't even matter.
Perez doing a great job to ensure he remains in bounds.
This is an entirely different Plainsman group from last week.
I agree.
Yeah, last week just timid, indecisive. But this week, man, without a doubt, they know what they want to, they know how they want to play, and execution-wise, they're successful every time.
Yeah, they've come out with a game plan and they've executed. Woodland and Bailey set to receive the kick. It's going to be fielded by Woodland. Woodland tries to make his way up the field, runs into his own blocker. He's ultimately going to go ahead and get brought down at his own 28-yard line.
Yeah, Zachary McGowan gets crushed by his own teammate here. See how Evergreen attacks this possession. On the flip side, Puyallup needs a big drive here.
And We've got another equipment issue. The officials are sending Darren Schmidt off the sideline. So like checking in is number 10, Abdullah Barrett. Parker got Bailey lined up to his left.
Yeah, refs just want to make sure these guys play football and look good doing it.
Parker decides to go ahead and keep this one, tries to break around the corner. He's going to go ahead and get a gain of 6. That brings up 2nd and 4.
That's Elijah English on the tackle there. Cyrus Fawcett Sadri into the game.
Parker's got trip receivers on the far side of the field. This one he's going to hand off to Bailey. Bailey finds his hole through the middle. That's going to be enough for a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Yet again, English on the tackle there.
That's going to go ahead and move the chains. And the Vikings have a fresh set of downs. The Vikings sticking with their trip receiver formation. This time Parker drops back, finds the inside receiver in the slot.
Looked almost like Evergreen stripped the ball away, but that was Josiah Mitchell able to stick with it. 2nd and 4.
Parker hands this one off to Bailey. Bailey finds his way through the middle once again for another big gain of 10-plus yards. He's brought down inside Evergreen territory at the 38-yard line. See this replay here as Bailey just finds his hole. Blocker's doing a great job to make way for him. And that's another first down.
Damian Perez on the tackle. You can tell Evergreen, too, every tackle, they are trying to strip the ball. They're trying to take it away from Puyallup every play.
Parker, delayed handoff to Bailey. Bailey finds his way through the middle once again. And that's going to be another 10-yard gain. Looks like they're going to mark him just slightly short of the line to gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Kendrick Johnson for the Plainsman takes a quick break as his helmet comes off.
Bailey this time cuts outside. He finds a huge hole. He makes his way towards the corner of the end zone, and he is in for a touchdown. That's going to put the first 6 points on the board for the Puyallup Vikings.
You could kind of tell that was going to happen eventually. Bailey kept getting the rock and gaining pretty consistently 8 to 9 yards. He was meant to break one away here pretty soon. And Puyallup responds pretty defiantly.
Kicker for Puyallup, Braylon Bowie.
Penalty against the Vikings. More than likely going to push him back 5 yards here. Make the point after just a bit more difficult. Holder Lawson Looker.
Kick is up. The kick is good, and that's going to go ahead and tack another one on for the Vikings. That makes it 7-14. Here, we're going to go ahead and see the replay of Bailey just breaking the corner, busting out to the outside. Ultimately finds his way towards the corner, and Elijah English just not able to catch him.
Yeah, cuts on a dime and then sprints away. Brighton Bailey dealing with breakaway speed. But Evergreen does get the ball here up 14-7 with about 2:19 left in the first quarter.
Back to receive for the Plainsmen, we've got Malachi Hodges and Terrence Sarion. Sarion, the preferred returner for the Plainsmen. And that kick is going to go ahead and end up in the end zone. The Plainsmen are going to go ahead and start their drive on their own 20 with the touchback. .219 left in the first quarter. Jaden Baum is going to go ahead and bring his team out to start this drive.
What are your thoughts, Ryan? Do you think we see a running back?
No. It's worked for them so far. I mean, they've been able to move the ball successfully down the field. They struggled so much with the run last week. Maybe they're just staying away from it. Baum coming out with a spread offense. He looks short. He decides to keep it himself. He's going to go ahead and take a slide. It's going to be a gain of about 1. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
And with that single rushing attempt for 1 yard, Evergreen already has more rushing yards than they did last week.
That is true. Baum looking for the short pass to Damian Perez there. Just Perez was well covered. And that's going to go ahead and be an offside call against the Vikings.
2nd and 4 coming up. A couple of penalties so far against Puyallup.
Baum gets the play call from the sideline. Empty backfield. Baum looking on the right side. He's looking deep, trying to find Terrence Sarion. That ball was just slightly overthrown. Good arm strength shown there by Jaden Baum.
Yeah, good coverage there from Josiah Denmark as well.
That's going to go ahead and bring up 3rd and 4.
Another good pass from Baum there, too. Just out of reach.
Baum this time looking short, decides to keep it. Gets a big pop Baum is not going to go ahead and get enough yardage to move the chains. That brings up 3rd and 1.
Michael Puyallup with a big hit there. And that's the concerning part about giving the rock to your quarterback every single play is just got to keep him upright. Avoid big hits like that at all costs.
Yeah, it looks like Evergreen's going to go ahead and bring out the punt team here.
They do need to get set quick here. They have 6 seconds on the play clock.
And that's going to be a high snap. Darren Schmidt able to pick it up. But he's going to be brought down for a big loss. That's going to give the Vikings the football right on the Evergreen 14-yard line.
Ryan, we saw a similar thing last week, too, with a snapped punt over the head of the kicker that resulted in a safety for Union. Fortunately, this one just puts Puyallup inside the red zone on the 14-yard line, which the Vikings looking to tie it up here real quick.
Yeah, the Vikings in great field position after the turnover on downs. Luke Parker, the quarterback, hands it, keeps this one, throws this one out to the flat. The receiver makes his way towards the corner of the end zone. That's a touchdown. That was Jaden Woodland with the reception. And that's going to bring the score to 13.
God, just a couple of minutes ago, Evergreen
was
had a 14-0 lead, and all of a sudden Puyallup, all the momentum right now. 2 scores in 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Vikings kicking for the tie.
And they're going to go ahead and try for the 2-point conversion. This time, they find Michael Puyallup with a conversion. That's going to go ahead and give the Vikings the lead.
That was the lefty Lawson Looker with the pass here. Replay. Oh, I'm sorry, that was.
We're going to see the replay of the touchdown. First, this is the pass to Jaden Woodland. Jaden Woodland with a big stiff arm to find his way into the end zone.
Yeah, and just like that, Puyallup now has the lead 15-14.
Yeah, you mentioned it just a few seconds ago. They've got all the momentum in the world right now.
How the turntables.
We're going to see a replay of the 2-point conversion. It was a direct snap to Lawson Looker. Looker was able to go ahead and find Michael Puyallup in the end zone.
Tricky play all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, great catch. Yeah, Evergreen need to respond here.
Back to receive for the Plainsmen is going to be Malachi Hodges and Terrence Sarion. And that kick is going to go ahead and go into the end zone. So the Plainsmen once again are going to go ahead and start their drive from their own 20-yard line. Great shot of the sunset cotton candy skies here in Clark County for Friday Night Football.
Yeah, it's tough to beat. Another beautiful night here. And take advantage of these sunsets like this before we inevitably get the gray skies and rain here come October. Baum looking to shift the momentum back in the Plainsman favor.
Baum scrambles out of the pocket. He's able to go ahead and find, is that Hudson Nellis?
Good hit there from Jaden Woodland on your screen.
Training staff going out to check on Nellis after that hit. The reception was enough to move the markers. That's going to bring up first down, 1st and 10. Nellis able to go ahead and jog off on his own power.
It's going to be the end of the first quarter. Evergreen was up 14-0, now trail 15-14.
Evergreen's done a great job so far to move the football. They really had one possession where they stalled out, and unfortunately the high snap turned into a turnover deep into their own territory, and that is what has really hurt them.
Yeah, as the game goes on, your strategy pretty evident. We're going to pass. We have no running backs. We are going to pass. If Puyallup can figure that out and keep Baum in check, it's going to be a long night for the Plainsmen. They're going to have to figure out something else. Until that happens, though, let Baum do his thing.
Yeah, I mean, the running back that we saw last week, Damian Perez, has been lined up as a slot receiver all night tonight. So it gives them another option.
Evergreen 1st and 10 now on their own 30. Good look there at the offense with the coaches.
All right, we're going to start this second quarter. Evergreen with the football. Jaden Baum leading his team out. 1st and 10 from the 30.
Like you mentioned, Perez out wide yet again.
Baum looking for Perez. He decides to go over, and he finds Darren Schmidt instead. Schmidt able to go ahead and keep his feet in bounds. And that's going to be enough to move the chains once again.
Incredible catch there. Incredible throw.
See this Baum's reading. He was looking for Perez. Decided to go over the top to find Darren Schmidt. Schmidt going up for it.
Between over and under a couple Vikings.
Yeah, Schmidt did a great job to make a good athletic play.
And those are the catches that just were not there last week against Union. If they can keep hauling in passes like that, man, Evergreen offense is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Baum with it again.
Baum tries to find Perez. That's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Ten seconds on the play clock here.
Baum finds Perez. That's going to be a short gain. Looks like of 3. That brings up 3rd and 7. Plainsmen trying to get out of their own zone. Baum scrambles outside of the pocket. He's going to go ahead and take a sack, and that pushes them back. That ball's going to go ahead and be spotted at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, under pressure, deep sack there.
That brings up 4th and 16. We're going to see if Evergreen goes ahead and brings out the punt team. Looks like number 9, Darren Schmidt, is also sharing the punting duties tonight.
Big punt here, just make sure we secure it. You can tell that long snapper definitely did not want to snap that over his head again. Ball's going to go out right around the 22-yard line. Yeah, like we mentioned last week, snap went over the head of the punter. Same thing this week. If you're the long snapper, that starts to mess with you a little bit, hence the short snap there. Evergreen's got to get that dialed in. First glimpse of lack of confidence there for the Plainsmen. Puyallup take over yet again on their own 23, up 15-14.
We've got Luke Parker coming out for the Vikings. Bryton Bailey is lined up in the backfield with him. Parker giving some last-minute instruction.
Evergreen down a man. Comes on the field last second.
Parker decides to go ahead and go deep onto the far side of the field. Nobody was able to touch him. That's Lawson Locker. He's going to go all the way for a Vikings touchdown. And the Vikings come out and strike immediately on their possession here in the second quarter.
Yeah, just back-breaking lack of awareness there for the Plainsmen.
Well, it's lack of awareness. It's been lack of organization. You saw that. I mean, it was Elijah English that was running in last second as they needed an extra DB, and nobody picked up Locker on the far side of the field.
Yeah, and just like that, Puyallup 21 unanswered points, looking to make it 22.
Braden Bowie with the extra point attempt. And that's going to be good, and that pushes the score to 22. We're going to see this replay. Parker immediately knew where he was going. He saw that Locker had no one close to him. Locker does a good job to go ahead and break this tackle. From there, it's just a foot race.
Yeah, got to be frustrated if you're Evergreen. And snap over the punter's head, and then a play like that just sucks the life out of you. Evergreen down by 8 now.
Yeah, Evergreen, I mean, they started this game extremely strong. They came out, they were up by two touchdowns, and they've just lost all momentum.
Silly correctable mistakes, too.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you, you just cannot take a play off. Things can flip so fast.
Sarion and Hodges back to receive for the Plainsmen. We'll see if this one falls into the end zone as the others have as well. And that is the case, and the Plainsmen will go ahead and start their drive from their 20.
Evergreen looking to regroup here. Baum calling in the squad and telling them to focus up here. Evergreen with 11 men out there this time.
Baum able to go ahead and complete the pass. Looked like that was to Terrence Sarion, but that's going to be for a loss of 2. That brings up 2nd and 12.
Keegan Johnson, Cody McFadden in tandem take him down there. Josiah Mitchell covering Elijah English exclusively there, following him all the way across the field.
Baum this time finds his target across the middle of the field. That's Darren Schmidt, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
William Lorenz ends up bringing him down. Another big pass there from Baum. First and 10 from the Evergreen 33.
This time Baum's looking for Terrence Sarion, and that ball is going to be overthrown, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Brilliant coverage there from Puyallup. Able to slow him down.
Second and 10, 8:38 remaining in the first half. Plainsmen trail by 8. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 8. I had to do quick math in my head. It's been a while. This time Baum not able to get away. He's going to be sacked for another loss.
Yeah, he gets squashed there by Michael Tailua. Looked like
Tailua able to just get outside of that left guard.
Looked like number 51. I don't have him on the roster, but able to put the initial pressure on Baum there. Another big sack for Evergreen. Miscommunication all the way around there.
Yeah, intended receiver Sarion. Baum and Sarion just not on the same page for that attempt, and that's going to go ahead and bring up 4th and long. Evergreen's going to go ahead and bring out the punt team.
First 9 minutes of the game could not have gone better for the Plainsmen. Last 6 or 7 things have really gone off the rails here. Communication, organizationally wise, it's looking rough once they went off script.
Schmidt able to go ahead and get that punt away. This is a good punt. It's going to be fielded at the 36-yard line. That's Brighton Bailey. Bailey makes his way out through the outside. He's going to be pushed out of bounds.
There is a penalty marker around midfield.
And this is going to be a hold against the receiving team, the Vikings. So that penalty will be assessed. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so that brings the ball all the way back to the Vikings' own 40-yard line.
That will negate a great return there for Brighton Bailey.
I mean, essentially, that's a 30-yard penalty.
Yeah, very true. First and 10 for the Vikings.
Luke Parker, quick out to Jaden Woodland. Woodland makes his way along the sideline, and he's going to step just out of bounds right near the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Braden Roop eventually brings him down, but a big gain for Puyallup. 20-yard pass there.
As the Vikings make their way into Plainsman territory, be first and 10 from the 40.
No Brighton Bailey out there yet. Really been the workhorse for the Vikings offense.
Parker goes ahead and finds Josiah Mitchell. Mitchell runs a long way to get a gain of a yard.
Jason Scott wraps him up. First short gain in a while for Puyallup.
Looks like Bailey checks back into the game. This time he lines up in the slot position as Puyallup goes with a spread formation, 5 wide receivers. Parker keeps this one. He runs right up the middle, trying to follow his blocker. He finds a couple of holes. That's a big gain. That's a 19-yard gain.
Yeah, Parker saw something on the snap there, knew exactly what he was going to do.
Yeah, Parker just takes off immediately, slips through a few defensive backs. It looks like there is some laundry on the field. We'll see what the call is from the officials.
Does look to be against Puyallup, negating another big gain. Effectively turning a 20-yard rush into a 5-yard gain.
So it was a personal foul called against the Vikings. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Evergreen 35-yard line. Parker gets this one to Lawson Looker.
Malachi Hodges, beautiful tackle there. Gets an arm on him and able to force a no gain there. Five and a half left here in the second quarter. Puyallup leads 22-14 with 22 unanswered points.
Second and 10. Parker finds Jaden Woodland near the sideline. That's going to be a gain, it looks like, of 8. That brings up 3rd and 2 for the Vikings.
It's again Malachi Hodges on the tackle. Daniel Tapua checks into the game for Evergreen on the defensive line.
Parker hands this one off to Bailey. Bailey finds a hole. Keeps his feet moving north and south. That's going to be enough for a first down. The ball's going to be spotted inside the red zone on the Evergreen 18-yard line.
Yeah, Bailey doing work every time he touches the ball. He's good for at least 5 to 10. Down to 4 minutes here in the first half.
Parker hands this one off to Bailey once again. Bailey breaks out to the outside. That's going to be enough for a first down as he falls short of the goal line. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 4. Looks like from the 5-yard line.
12-yard gain there for Bailey yet again.
Parker to Bailey. Bailey heads right up the gut, and he's going to go ahead and break into the end zone for another touchdown. That makes the score 28 for the Vikings to the Plainsmen 14.
Yeah, Evergreen defensive line just getting torn up right now.
They can't stop Brighton Bailey. And the crazy thing is that Bailey's only a sophomore. He's a young kid. I mean, he's running a lot older than that. He's got a lot of power in those legs.
Offensive line is making his job very, very easy, too. You can see, we'll get into some of the size of these Puyallup boys, but they are just pushing Evergreen around right now.
Bowie goes ahead and converts the extra point. That pushes the score to 29. We're going to see the replay here. There's a huge hole there for Bailey to go ahead and run through. And he just finds his way into the end zone.
Yeah, we've seen we'll touch on the offensive line here for Puyallup, as they have been a huge factor here, but we've seen Gage Elkins involved in several plays, 5'10", 290. We've seen Jake Talbot involved. He's a linebacker, 6 foot, 204. Kova Doyle, 6'5", 295. The size of some of these guys is Evergreen just does not have the tools to match.
No, I mean, if you compare linemen from both sides, I mean, the biggest guy for Evergreen is sitting 6'1", 250. I mean, that falls short of really the smallest lineman for Puyallup.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys too. Colby Keir, 6'4", 285. He's a junior. Marley Malotuma'u, 6 foot. He's a sophomore. Michael Tailua, he's a junior. These guys are big now, and they'll be around next year too.
Yeah, they certainly will. There's a lot of promise in those linemen for the Puyallup Vikings. The kickoff does fall into the end zone for a touchback, so the Plainsmen are going to go ahead and start their drive once again from their own 20. 3:14 left here in the first half. Evergreen started this half out strong. They once held a 14-0 lead. And they have since fallen behind by 2 scores.
Yeah, 29-14 now with 3:14 left in the first half. Just to touch on the age of some of these Puyallup guys too. Josiah Denmark, Jaden Woodland, Lawson Look are all very, very talented, been involved in several plays. They look to be some of the only seniors out there. Preston Liberal, another one. This is Baum keeping it for himself. Gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's going to look like a loss of 1. That brings up 2nd and 11.
But you touched on it. Brighton Bailey, he's a sophomore. Michael Pulalasi, he's a junior. Just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen great things from this Vikings team so far tonight, but to imagine what they're going to look like next year, they're going to be a powerhouse.
Absolutely. Yeah, just the response too. Trailing 14-0 and having the confidence to now be up 29-0 and flipping the tables entirely.
This play is going to be put on pause. We're going to have encroachment on the defense. That's going to give 5 yards back to the Plainsmen. And that brings up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and since the first quarter, too, that's sort of been Evergreen's best play is hope you get an easy 5 yards on a Puyallup penalty.
So it looks like the Plainsmen have changed formation up a little bit. They maybe bring in Damian Perez in as a running back into the backfield. First time we've seen this tonight. Baum looks downfield. overthrows his target, Darren Schmidt. Schmidt taking a pop as he tried to go upstairs to catch that football. And he's a little shaken up.
Was number 11 with the initial hit. I don't have him on the roster either, but very good in coverage there. We're going to get Braden Roop coming onto the field as a replacement here. Evergreen third down from their own 24-yard line. Under 2 minutes now remaining in the first half. Jaden Baum really held in check here. Last couple possessions for the Plainsmen. And with that, we're going to get an Evergreen timeout. Good look at the white and purple of the Puyallup Vikings. Number 8 there, Cody McFadden. You got William Lorenz. Number 20, Michael Pulalas, who mentioned his name a handful of times. All doing work in the defensive backfield. Evergreen nearly ready for the snap. Three out wide on top of your screen for the Plainsmen. Miscommunication yet again on the Plainsmen side. We're going to get a penalty. A couple of flags on the field. Baum pointing like it's against Puyallup. Defensive holding declined. Second penalty accepted. We are roughing the passer. Automatic first down for Evergreen. Now out to the 39-yard line. Terrence Sarion, huge, important player for the Evergreen offense, getting checked out on the sideline here, rubbing his calf. Hope that young man is okay and able to come back in. First official run from a running back tonight for the Plainsmen. Damian Perez gets tackled for a loss of 2. We have a timeout, Puyallup. And keep in mind, Evergreen has no timeouts left here, so they are at the mercy of how Puyallup wants to play this. Once again, thanks you for tuning in. Whether you're watching via YouTube or the Evergreen Public Access channels, we appreciate you being here and joining us tonight. Evergreen 2nd and 11 from their own 38. Back to action here. Bomb and shotgun. Slings it out wide. It's going to be Darren Schmidt getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. Past midfield for the first down. Getting out of the Puyallup 46. Puyallup with an extra man on the field, just able to get off in time here. Bomb stays strong. Getting hit by number 51. Again, I don't have him on the roster for Puyallup. Second and 10 for the Plainsmen. Bomb's helmet did come off, so he's going to take a quick seat. We're going to get Braden Roop under center for a single play here. And Evergreen still electing for a passing formation. Couple of flags. It's going to be a false start against the Plainsmen. That is going to bring Bomb back onto the field, but at what cost as Evergreen steps back 5 yards here. Second and 15. Clock is rolling, 1:20 left in the first half here. Again, Evergreen, no timeouts. No doubt a pass interference against number 8, Cody McFadden for Puyallup. We'll stop the clock here, 1:08 left. It's going to bring us to the Puyallup 36. First down, Evergreen. One more player is going to step off the field here. Micah Mayava taking a seat with Devin Flom taking his place. Bomb yet again, shotgun formation. Single receiver at the top of your screen. Fumble recovered by Micah Mayava. Sorry, that was Kendrick Johnson on the recovery there. A big loss for Evergreen. Replay. Yeah, Bomb just gets stripped by Keegan Johnson there. A heads-up play from the lineman, Kendrick Johnson. Timeout, Puyallup. 57 seconds left here. Evergreen second down, 18 to go. Really unable to get any momentum here in the second half. Really after their first couple of drives. All in all, they've had a running back lined up in just 2 plays tonight, electing to pass pretty much every time. Three receivers top of your screen, 2 at the bottom. Elijah English with the catch there. Gets Evergreen to the 35-yard line. Evergreen, hurry up for him. Baum's going to run and takes an awkward slide. That's going to put him down at the line of scrimmage. Should be 4th down coming up. Briefly talked about the boot of the Evergreen kicker. This is going to be a lengthy kick no matter how you dice it. This is out of his range. Just barely, though. Baum, 4th and 10. We're going to get the end of the half. Evergreen does not get a playoff. It's going to be the end of the second quarter. Puyallup 29, Evergreen 14. Puyallup scoring 29 unanswered. We're going to send it out to the halftime booth to talk some strategy and stats.
Sorry about that little technical bobble as we get ready for our halftime show. Matt Griffin alongside Ryan Bassbinder, where Puyallup leads Evergreen 29-14. Ryan, Evergreen came out really hot.
Yeah, they did. They came out and they started the game really strong. They came out. They struggled last week with the run. They didn't run the football until late into the second quarter tonight, but they came out. They got 2 quick scores. They were up 14-0, and then they've just stalled out.
What do you think that is?
I think a lot of it is defensive shifts on the Puyallup side. I think they've done a really good job. I mean, if a team doesn't have a running game, there's no guessing of what they're going to do, right?
Sure.
And so you're able to spread your defenders out from outside of the box a little bit, and it's a lot easier coverage.
And we talked about just the sheer size of the Puyallup offensive and defensive line. Those are some big gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing against an defensive line and offensive line both, you know, they're 6'2", 6'3", 295, and your biggest guy on Evergreen sitting 250, you're going to struggle.
What is Christian Swain going to tell his guys at halftime here?
I think some of the things that Swain needs to talk about is, hey, we have to change things up a little bit. There seems to be a lot of confusion between Jaden Baum and the coaching staff to figure out what play to call. They got to figure that out. In addition to that, they've got to get creative. I understand if you don't have a run game, if you're struggling, your only option is throw the football. But how do you create some sort of misdirection? How do you throw some sort of different routes to mix the defense up? Because that's the only shot that you have to get yourselves back into this.
And it seems to me that, you know, Puyallup has been real methodical about it too. Real good at using the play clock, using the time that they have.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They're methodical. They move their ball down the field. Their running back has been exceptional tonight, but it opens up space for the receivers to create some space, right, and make some big plays. And so, you know, they were down 14-0 real early. Mm-hmm. They kept their heads about them. They didn't panic, and they methodically just clawed their way back. And now they're up by 2 scores.
Well, and I think also that's going to be something that's going to be critical for Evergreen, not to get demoralized.
Yeah.
Get your head back into the game and not panic.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So while we're talking about this game, I want to do like we did earlier this evening and talk about the controversial play that probably got Evergreen a win last week when they were playing against Union High School. And so it was a controversial field goal attempt. So what I want to do, we've got it in full speed as Ryan and Kyle called the play last week, and then we're going to watch the instant replay as they talk about it. And then after that, my coworker director, Wade Ferguson, we took a look at the video to see if indeed it was a good kick, and he lightened the video, slowed it down a little bit, toggled back and forth. So let's see if you can see what we think we saw as we take a look at this play several times.
So this is going to be a 23-yard field goal from the left hash. The hold's good. The kick is low. And it is Union celebrating. The referees are calling it no good. They're saying the ball went under. I think they're going to talk about it.
Main referee is saying no good. From our angle,
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell.
we have a replay.
Here's the replay.
You know what? I don't know.
I don't know. It's too hard to tell.
That is the way, of course that's the way this game would end. Not end, but just another strange play.
Yeah, so as you see there, once we lighten it up, it seems a lot more obvious to my eyes that that was a good kick.
I agree with you. I think the kick was good. You know, it's tough, right? As an official in that position, and they didn't have the angle on, and that's okay. We all make mistakes, but yeah, I think the kick was ultimately good. I think Evergreen benefited for that because that was as time expired. And props to them. They came out in overtime. They went down, they scored a touchdown, and they stopped Union's attempt at 2. So, I mean, they earned themselves. I do think they were outplayed last week, if I'm being honest, by Union. But they also caused 4 turnovers. Right? And they got the stop at the end. And so, I mean, they pulled it out.
And I'll say, you know, like I did in our first halftime show earlier this evening, you know, we're not showing that to criticize any officials because it is a tough job. You're under the lights. You know, this was our second game of the night, so we also had the lights on, and you don't know quite where folks are looking. And I did talk with Principal Greg Brown from Union High School, and that was him jumping up and down in protest in the end zone, and he had to say, yes, I did lose my cool a little bit, and you know, he was reminding himself about good sportsmanship, and so you know, we just showing it in the spirit of the game, and 2 teams that fought really hard last week.
Yeah, it was a great game. Like I said, and I think I said this earlier tonight, in the 5-6 years that I've been doing this, that is the best game that we have called to date.
Right.
And so it was amazing to be a part of it. Controversial ending, but it doesn't take away from what that game was.
Oh, absolutely.
The course of 4 quarters.
Especially, you know, our first broadcast of the year. Now, we're broadcasting tonight, doubleheader tonight. Then we're going to take some time off, do some other things, you know, duties as assigned. But we'll be back for the final 3 games or 3 nights of the season in October. So look for a lot more football action from the EPS sports team, Ryan Bassbinder, Kyle Bleeke. So thank you so much for watching. We'll have more second half action in just a couple of minutes. But right now, with the start of the school year, we want to introduce you to some of Evergreen Public Schools' brand new principals.
I'm all about CCR, and not the band, although they are awesome and have some really great songs, about culture and about connections and about relationships, and those don't happen immediately, and you need to develop those over time and in person. So I'm looking forward to getting to meet the parents, getting to meet the community, chance to get into every single classroom and meet all of the teachers and start to develop that culture and the connections and the relationships. I want them to feel like they can find a connection, whether that's a connection with an activity, a connection with an adult, a connection, like that they are connected somehow, so that over the course of the year, the Chehalis Middle School begins to feel like an extension of their home. It's warm and inviting, a place that they feel like they belong and is theirs as much as anyone else's. Our Chehalis community put it together at the end of last year. Super excited, it's the first time ever, but we're gonna have a 6th grade orientation day. So a day just with the 6th graders on the campus and planned activities for them to, right, like they don't have to worry about the big kids, the 7th graders, the 8th graders being in the building. It's just a chance for them to be there with their 6th grade companions, their peers, see the building, walk the halls, get into the classrooms, and really just get that chance to connect and feel like it's like, okay, I can do this. Just a big breath of relief, sigh of relief, if you will. I'm interested in bringing some coffee with Chris ideas, like getting out and meeting the community in a more informal way. Just sitting down over a cup of coffee in the morning or the midday afternoon, I'll kind of move it around so we can have a chance to meet with different people. But just like what I really want to ask parents, like, what are your hopes, dreams, and aspirations? We can't do what we do unless we know what your hopes, dreams, and aspirations are for your most precious resource, and that's the babies that they send to us and entrust in us to take care of for a good part of the day.
We have a big family barbecue and game night in September that's I've heard a huge event. And so families come and all the teachers and staff are here and people are just excited to be together and have fun together. And so I'm excited to do more of that because I have so many people that I have to get to know. And I'm excited to do that. It's a core value here at Endeavor that we want all people, especially all students and all families, to belong. And I think that starts with learning about them. We do something called Making Connections, where teachers reach out to every family to meet with them and talk with them before the school year starts and really get to know their kiddo and their family and who they are, so that when they come to school, they can feel seen, they can feel heard, they can feel like they belong here, and we know that that will help them be successful academically. There's a lot going on in the world, in our own communities, and it is amazing that we have FCRCs to try to be as supportive as possible. Just like we as adults have lives outside of school, so do kiddos, and for them to feel safe and happy at school, we want to support them to feel safe and happy everywhere. And so we have an amazing FCRC coordinator here named Amy, and she is available and supportive for whatever families need, and we are always here and available. So we just ask that families reach out for what they need, and we'll try to figure out how to support them in any way that we can.
They seem to understand that personalized learning and meeting the needs of students and meeting them where they're at, but then also understanding that the way that we can love and respect our students here is to hold them to high expectations and push them to grow so that we can open up all of the doors for them beyond. So when they leave us and they graduate, they have opportunities to do whatever they want beyond us. Welcome to Legacy. You have made a great choice. First and foremost, you're in an incredible place. And I think what you're gonna find here is that you're gonna find that you're safe to be yourself. You're safe to express who you are and how you are as a learner, and you're going to be met where you are, and be able to learn and grow in a way that fits who you are, and you're going to be cared for and seen and loved along the way, and we got you.
And that is it for our halftime show as the Puyallup Vikings lead the Evergreen Plainsmen 22? 29. 29-14. I knew I was close. Thank you all for watching. We've got more second half action coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Welcome back. We are at McKenzie Stadium looking to start quarter two between the Puyallup Vikings and the Evergreen Plainsmen. For those of you who are just joining us, thank you. We are on Comcast channel 328 in high definition. We are also online on YouTube at the Evergreen Public Schools video page. For those of you watching out of town, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ryan Vassbinder. This is Kyle Bleeke. Kyle, Puyallup's up 29-14 for unanswered touchdowns.
Yeah, the 29-14 doesn't really tell the whole story. It's not like this has been a goal-to-goal beatdown by the Vikings. Evergreen held a 14-0 lead and looked like the better team for most of the first quarter.
Yeah, they really did. They came out strong, and I think the Vikings made some defensive adjustments, and they shut the Plainsmen down since really the middle of that first quarter.
Sure. No matter how much game film you have from Evergreen week one, how can you prepare for what seemed to be 30 straight passes from Evergreen? Once they figured that out, like you said, they corrected some things and have really stifled the Evergreen offense since.
Yeah. All right, and we are off. And that is going to be Jalen Woodland with the attempted return. He takes a slip, and he's going to be down right at the 6-yard line. to start the Vikings off in here in the second half.
Big break for Evergreen here. Puyallup starts at the 6-yard line. Let's see if they go back to Brighton Bailey, who's just been racking up the yardage on the ground for the Vikings. Luke Parker, too, played an instrumental part for Puyallup, finding open receivers when he needs to and when called upon. Brighton Bailey not in the backfield. I'm sorry, that is Brighton Bailey right there with the ball.
Bailey able to go ahead and get outside of that right tackle. He gets a short gain of about, looks like 5.
Braden Roop with the tackle. Swarm of Evergreen Plainsmen to follow.
Parker with Bailey in the backfield. He's got a 3-receiver set. Parker hands it off to Bailey. Bailey takes off up the middle. That's going to be another big gain and get his team a first down.
Elijah English just barely trips him up. Could have been more had English not got a hand on him. Just like that, after 2 plays, Puyallup gets out of their own 6-yard line, out to the 20. A little bit more room to work with.
Parker hands it off to Bailey once again. This time he cuts inside. And he's going to get tripped up after a gain of about 2. That brings up 2nd and 8.
That was Damian Perez on the tackle. Ryan, you mentioned Damian Perez's name quite a few times tonight, mostly on the offensive side, though.
Yeah, he's had a decent night so far playing in offense. Normally a running back. He's kind of been moved out to that slot receiver position tonight. He's made some good catches, good plays.
Now playing a big part on the defensive side.
This time Parker keeps it. He looks downfield trying to find his receiver. He does make that completion. That's going to be number 2, Jaden Woodland. Woodland trying to cut back to create some space. He ultimately gets brought down inside Plainsman territory right at the 38-yard line.
Damian Perez with the catch, and watch the coverage from the referee here. Right on him, just slips through the referee's fingers right to Jaden Woodland. Another big-time throw from Parker.
Puyallup's been doing that all night. They run the football a couple times, and they set up a big play through the air. This time Bailey makes it out to the touch line, and he's going to get another gain.
It does look to be a flag on the 30-yard line. Holding against Puyallup.
So that's going to go ahead and back this one up. Ball's going to be placed right on the 40-yard line at the near hash mark. Let's see if we can see it here. Bailey breaks the corner, and it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like maybe Abdullah Barrett.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and replay first down. This time 1st and 12. Parker was able to go ahead and get a defensive lineman to jump offside.
Yeah, Kendrick Johnson falling for it there. That's going to be an easy 5 yards for Puyallup. Back and forth here. First down marker's been all sorts of places on this single play.
So they'll get 5 yards back. That turns it into 1st and 7. This time Parker has 3 wideouts on the far side of the field. Hands it off to Bailey. Bailey cuts back inside. He's still making his way towards the inline. He keeps his feet. He ultimately gets tripped up, but I think it's going to be beyond the line to gain. That's going to result in a Puyallup first down.
Great call there from Jason Scott here, just able to get a hand on him. Oh, he did get a first down. That could have been a whole lot more dangerous.
It really could have.
And with Brighton Bailey, he is a force to be reckoned with here.
Parker drops back to pass. He throws a little floater out. He was able to go ahead and connect. Number 11. I don't have number 11 on my roster, so I apologize to that young man, not able to call his name. It's like that could be Noah Smith. See Parker dropping back, just throws a little screen pass. Smith able to come back and get it.
Once again, that was Damian Perez on the tackle. .7:45 left in the third quarter. Puyallup looking to extend their lead. Parker keeps it, taken down by a couple of plainsmen, including Perez once again.
That pushes the Vikings inside the 10-yard line and turns it into 2nd and 4. The Vikings can go ahead and get another first down if they make it past the 4-yard. It looks like the 3-yard line. Bailey getting stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Yet again, Perez involved in that one. Now this is familiar territory for Evergreen. We saw a lot of this last week here against Union, where inside their own 10-yard line, and really was able to stifle the Titan offense, keep points off the board. Let's see if they can do the same to Puyallup.
Parker's got Bailey set up just off to his right. He does hand it off to Bailey. Bailey cuts back, goes the other direction. It looks like he does get stopped short of the goal line. It's going to be enough for a first down.
Fresh set of downs for the Vikings. Cole Howard on the tackle.
That brings up 1st and goal from the 2. See the replay here. Bailey gets his hand off, and he just kind of takes off. Tries to find his way around the corner.
So shifty back there. Looking for his at least 2nd score of the night tonight.
Parker gives it to Bailey, misdirection. And Bailey's going to go ahead and find his way into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. It's going to put another 6 points up on the board for the Puyallup Vikings. That takes it to 35-14 with an extra point try coming up.
Abdullah Barrett takes him down, but just a yard too short. Brighton Bailey finds the end zone yet again. We're now up to 35 unanswered for Puyallup. Looking to make it 36.
The kicker, Braylon Bowie, sets up for the extra point. Snap skips off the ground, but the hold was able to be placed, and the extra point is good. Takes a total of 36. It's a 3-score difference now. Evergreen needing to find a way to get their offense going.
Yeah, I'd love to see the the real Evergreen. I don't know which one we're dealing with. I don't know if the first 2 drives are the Plainsmen we should expect. I don't know if the last 4 or 5 drives are the Evergreen we're going to see for the rest of the year.
I think it's hard to say at this point. I mean, they've got a lot of talent. Jaden Baum has a great arm on him. I mean, he's proven that he can throw the ball 40, 50 yards if he needs to. But they just, after the first 2 scores tonight, they seem like they just aren't connecting the way they need to.
Sure, and maybe that's just the defensive adjustments Puyallup has been able to make, and Evergreen just does not have the tools to adjust along with that.
Kick is up. This one is not going to go into the end zone. It is fielded by Elijah English. It was dropped, and ultimately he's going to get brought down. Sorry, that wasn't Elijah English. That was number 8, Malachi Hodges. And that ball is going to be spotted right at the 15-yard line. Hodges getting a little help off the field. Hopefully he turns out to be okay. Hodges has had a good game defensively tonight.
Yeah, and look at this package Evergreen's bringing out here.
So a 5-receiver set for Evergreen.
I wonder what they're going to do here.
You've got Damian Perez and Elijah English here on the near side of the field. Baum sending. Looks like maybe you're sending a receiver in motion. That's going to draw a flag. The throw is caught by Darren Schmidt, but I have a feeling this one's going to go ahead and be brought back. It is an illegal shift.
Yeah, and yet again a little more unorganization from the Plainsmen. Going to push them deeper in their own backfield.
It's going to back them up 5. That turns this into 1st and 15.
5-yard penalty results in first down and 15 yards to go for Plainsmen.
All right, same formation here. Bomb and shotgun.
Baum looking to his left. Tried to find Damian Perez across the middle. That's going to fall incomplete.
Good play here. We saw this a little last week too. Just Evergreen cramping out there.
There's Terrence Sarion. It is on the turf.
What was the cure you mentioned last week?
Mustard.
Mustard. I forgot my mustard again. Let's see if Evergreen brings it out to Sarion. You just rub mustard?
No, you just eat it. You know, it's the sodium, the potassium in it.
Yeah, I almost think Evergreen should just, all these guys out here should just carry around pockets of mustard, just waiting to be used. Sarion able to jog off the field here.
The answer is more hot dogs on game day.
I'm all about that.
So that brings up 2nd and 15 with that incompletion. Looks like it's Braden Rupp that checks in for Sarion.
Clock continues to roll here. I believe last play was an incompletion. I'm not sure if that's meant to be the case.
And that
We've seen this a couple times from Evergreen. It's a bold strategy.
The snap goes over Baum's head. And Baum decides to go ahead and kick it out of the end zone for safety.
That will incur an additional penalty, I believe, is what the referee is signaling.
So they do call the safety. Baum kicks it out of the end zone to prevent Puyallup from falling on it and getting a touchdown. This is the second safety in 2 weeks that we've seen from Evergreen. We'll see a replay here. Snap just goes over Baum's head. And Baum just makes a decision to kick it out of the back.
And if that does indeed incur a penalty, you know, as a sophomore quarterback too, how many times are you going to encounter that? I guarantee he's never going to do that again for the rest of his high school career. That's something you do once and you learn from it right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened twice in 2 weeks.
The safety part, sure. The kicking it. Yeah, the safety part, that has become a consistent play in the Evergreen playbook, unfortunately.
So you are right, Kyle. They are going to go ahead and back this kick. A safety would result in them kicking the ball off from the 20, but it is going to incur an additional penalty. So they're going to go ahead and kick the ball off from their own 10-yard line. The safety put 2 additional points up for the Vikings. Brings the score to 38-14.
Now up to 38 unanswered. Evergreen trailing by 24 after they led by 14.
Back to receive Josiah Denmark, standing on his own 35. This is going to be squibbed up on the ground. That's going to be fielded around the 40-yard line. That was Cody McFadden to come up with a football. Good little return there. That ball's going to be spotted on the 25-yard line. That's where Puyallup is going to go ahead and start their offensive drive.
Yeah, heck of a return here. You have to imagine they're just going to let Brighton Bailey do his thing back here.
That would be my plan. Parker looking for options, decides to keep it, finds a little screen pass that's ultimately dropped. Intended receiver was Noah Smith.
Second down from the 25. Crowd has definitely gone quiet here after the safety.
This time Parker finds number 3. That's Lawson Looker. Looker is going to go ahead and get a gain of about 12, and that moves the chains, and that brings up another first down. Ball spotted on the 13-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Puyallup too, you got a couple-hour drive home, trailing 14-0. It looked like that was going to be a long, long ride home, but the way this game has turned, man, it's going to be a raucous bus ride. Parker in shotgun.
Parker hands this one off to Bailey in a delayed handoff. Bailey keeps his feet moving. It looks like he's still not down. He continues to push. We've got 2 flags on the play. Looks like Bailey did make it across the goal line, but the whistle stopped before that. And there's going to be a penalty against Puyallup here. It's going to bring this one back.
Yeah, it looked like all 22 players out there, plus some, kind of pushing each other around. Replay here.
Delayed handoff to Bailey. Bailey just keeps his feet moving. He tries to cut to the outside, runs into a little bit of traffic.
Yeah, look at that. 3, 4, 5 Plainsmen just unable to take him down. Just chugging along out there.
So that brings it to first down and 10.
Reminder, he's a sophomore. He's already a beast.
Yeah, he's going to be impressive to watch over the next coming years. Parker drops back to pass, finds Noah Smith. Smith being stopped short of the goal line.
Jason Scott takes him down. That is going to get him really close to to a fresh set of downs.
It looks like it was a 9-yard gain, so that brings it up to 2nd and 1. And we're going to get a delay of game penalty as the play clock ran out. That's going to back the Vikings up. We're going to replay first down. Puts it up, or I'm sorry, second down. Replay second down. That takes it to 2nd and 6.
Put him about 5.5 yards away from that first down marker. Already had 2:40 left in the third quarter. Ryan, you mentioned it, that first half. Nearly 2 hours, hour and a half, give or take.
Yeah, it was. This third quarter has certainly gotten a little bit quicker. I believe the time of possession for the Vikings it's certainly been a little lopsided in their favor here in the third quarter so far. 3 receivers set up at the top of your screen. And we're going to get another penalty here. It's going to be another delay of game penalty on the Vikings. It's going to back up another 5 yards. What was second and 1 is now 2nd and 11.
Yeah, typically you try to go the other direction. We're going to see what Parker has planned here. Several receivers at the top of your screen.
Parker rolls out to the right. He's looking downfield for options. He's going to decide to go ahead and keep it. He's ultimately going to get wrapped up right around the 9-yard line, it looks like. And we've got another penalty against the Vikings. This is going to be a hold. It's going to back them up another 10 yards.
Yeah, they were on the 3-yard line at one point. This should push them back to about the 26, give or take. This to be the 24, maybe.
So they're spotting it at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, first and less than 1 is now turned into
2nd and 21.
Yeah.
And we've got another equipment issue.
We have another Puyallup penalty. This looks to be...
So they called it delay of game penalty. I don't know if that was due to the equipment issue.
Regardless, Puyallup now on the Evergreen 29. 26 yards of penalties in the last 0 seconds of game time. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
2nd and 26. Let's see if Parker can get a playoff. Sends a receiver in motion. It looks like there's going to be a timeout called by Puyallup. 2 delay game penalties. I'm sorry, 3 delay game penalties. You'd think they'd have enough time to figure out what they want to do.
It's a bold strategy. There's only, you know, maybe it's just good defense. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, regardless, it's working for Evergreen. So Puyallup comes out for 2nd and 26. You know, there's not a lot of plays in the playbook for 2nd and 26. For Puyallup, you're just trying to cut things in half here.
Yeah, you really don't practice 2nd and 26, and if you do, you should probably rethink your offense quite a bit. So,
Lawson, 3 receivers up on the top of your screen, sends a receiver in motion. He's going to keep it looking downfield, and he's going to go ahead and get sacked. He's brought down right at the 29-yard line. That's going to be a no gain, and that brings up 3rd down.
Abdullah Berete takes him down with a little help from Kendrick Johnson. 3rd and 26. You can tell too when quarterback Parker back there, when his first read's not open, he definitely tends to scramble and just seems like he panics a little bit.
This time he finds Jaden Woodland. Woodland makes his way to the outside, tries to cut back in. He's going to be brought down right at the 12-yard line. That brings up 4th and 12.
Braden Root, Jason Scott able to bring him down. Ball is marked at the 13. We're facing 4th down here.
Looks like they did go ahead and bring out their kicker. This is Braylon Bowie. This will be a 30-yard field goal attempt.
From the kickoffs, too, we know he has this in his bag.
And that's going to run the timeout for the 3rd quarter.
So 38-14 heading into Q4. Puyallup looking at a 30-yard field goal here. Looking to make it 41-14. Yeah, Ryan, you mentioned time of possession. Definitely in favor of Puyallup, and that's kind of what you get when you throw it every time. There's bound to be some incompletions. That's going to stop the clock. Eventually, you're going to have to give up the ball. We see Brighton Bailey back there, just consistently running it. I'm not sure total time of possession, but in that 3rd quarter alone, 8-9 minutes, Puyallup at least.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think we can't continue to go throughout the game without mentioning Brighton Bailey's name. I mean, he's had a fantastic night tonight. I don't have what his stats are, what his yardages are in front of me. I'd be curious to see that after the game, but he's had a heck of a night. Countless, 10, 12-yard runs.
Yeah, Puyallup consistently trusting him to come up big in late down situations.
So this 30-yard field goal attempt is going to be made from the far hash mark. Hold looks to be good, and the kick is good. That's going to put another 3 points on the board for the Puyallup Vikings. That takes the score to 41-14.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. That would have been good from 40 easy plus. It's going to be Evergreen ball getting the kickoff. Sarion by Rian Hayes back there. Malachi Hodges also looking to receive.
See if Bowie decides to go ahead and put this one out of the back of the end zone. Or give the Plainsmen a chance to field it. And that one's going to be out for a touchback. So once again, the Plainsmen are going to go ahead and start their offensive drive from their own 20-yard line. We've got a quarter left to play, just 11:57 left remaining in this football game.
See if Evergreen trying to make some adjustments here late in the fourth quarter. This isn't a league game, so record's going to stand 0-0 for all intents and purposes after this game, regardless of what happens here. But this is the time, if you get in a similar situation in league play, you need answers on how to respond. So let's see if Evergreen can try to shuffle things around and figure some things out here.
Baum trying to find Sarion along the touchline. That's going to fall incomplete. That brings up second down.
Josiah Denmark on the coverage there, sticking with him the whole way.
Second and 10, Plainsmen.
Baum coming out to his typical four-receiver set tonight. Looking across the middle, finds Darren Schmidt, and that's going to be a gain of 7. And that brings up 3rd and 3.
Tyson Brown wraps him up, able to bring him down after a gain of 7, like Ryan said.
Baum able to go ahead and find a completion to Terrence Sarion. That's going to be enough for a first down and move the chains.
Yeah, William Lorenz with the tackle there. Terrence Sarion juggled it a little bit, but able to keep hands on it and bring it down for the first down.
Baum looking to the outside.
Kobe McFadden gets a hand on it. Great coverage there, read it the whole way.
Intended receiver there, Jason Scott. First time we've called his name tonight.
Yeah, and McFadden just a step away from really returning that if he was able to get there just a quarter second earlier.
Bad snap. Baum's able to go ahead and pick it up off the floor. He finds Terrence Sarion. Sarion able to go ahead and keep in bounds. Looks like they marked him out right at the 40-yard line. That's going to go ahead and bring up 3rd down and 1.
Great scramble from Baum there, able to stay on his feet. And excellent catch, too, from Sarion.
See the replay here. It was just a poor snap.
3rd down and 1 for Evergreen.
Good job on Baum to be able to not only pick it up off the carpet, but find a receiver.
Yeah, thrown off the wrong foot and everything, too. That's a very difficult throw there. Made it look very easy.
Baum finds Damian Perez across the middle. Perez getting a few extra yards after the catch. He's going to be marked down inside Vikings territory at the 48-yard line. with a new set of downs for the Plainsmen.
Brought down by Jaden Woodland there. That's really something we haven't seen for a long time, is yards after the catch, too. Usually these guys getting taken down right away, but able to string a little bit more, add some to that play. Another great read from Baum.
Five receivers set for Baum this time. This snap is going to go over Baum's head. Baum decides to go ahead and fall on it. And he's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. It's a loss of 17 on the play.
Yeah, and if Evergreen's going to continue to go in shotgun formation, this is something they need to figure out here moving forward throughout the season, is just getting those snaps handled properly. And like I mentioned too, granted he could have kicked it 35 yards, but Baum elected to fall on top of it instead of kicking it that time.
Baum finds his receiver in the slot. That's Damian Perez. He's going to get a gain of 2 out of it, and that brings up 3rd and long.
Evergreen's up to about 3.5 minutes possession on this drive alone. Maybe more than they had all of the third quarter combined.
Baum looking downfield. Targeting Sarion, and that ball is going to sail over Sarion's head. And that brings up 4th down.
Evergreen looks to be bringing on the punting unit here.
Darren Schmidt with the punting duties tonight.
Yeah, and again, we mentioned earlier, but just the sheer size of Puyallup definitely playing a factor over the last 3 quarters.
Schmidt able to go ahead and get it off. It's going to be fielded by Bailey. Bailey decides to go the other direction, gets a good block. There is a flag on the play. This could be coming back, but Bailey is ultimately brought down at his own 43-yard line.
Yeah, and if this is what it looks to be a block nearly right where Bailey caught the ball.
We'll see if the call is holding or block in the back. And it is block in the back. So the Vikings will go ahead and retain the football. Let's see if we get a replay here.
Definitely where it happened.
Yeah, it was right there as Bailey fielded the football.
A lot of penalties for Puyallup, but really they've been able to overcome all the yellow flags out there.
I don't feel like the penalties, while there have been a lot of them, have not hurt Puyallup.
I agree.
That much tonight.
Yeah, they're finding ways to, they keep racking them up, but they're finding ways just to negate them every which way.
We've got another delay game on Puyallup. Yeah, I mean, you take a look at their previous possession, even when they were sitting, 2nd and 3rd and 26, they were still able to get 3 points out of it and kick a field goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were on the 3-yard line. I'm sure they would have loved to add another touchdown, but points are points.
Luke Parker, 4 receivers on the top side of your screen. We haven't seen this formation tonight. Parker looks out towards the flat, finds Noah Smith. Noah Smith makes his way towards the end line. He's ultimately pushed out of bounds.
We do have another flag, though, on the field right around the 12-yard line. This one also against Puyallup. Going to push it back even more now.
Looks like that was half the distance to the goal, so that's going to put them right at the 6-yard line. That brings up 1st and 20. Luke Parker rolls out to the right. He's got a wide open man. And Lawson Looker.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Looker able to stay in bounds.
19-yard pass there.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Great pass, great catch. Looked like Evergreen may have been able to pick that one off, but just a hair too late. Clock's going to continue to run. About 6.5 left in the 4th quarter.
Parker comes out in that 5-receiver set once again. Overloaded on the top side. This is the same play they ran previously to Noah Smith. Noah Smith completes the pass, makes his way out to the sideline. That's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, Puyallup really letting Luke Parker cook here in the 4th quarter. Evergreen's got to be careful. Trip receivers at the bottom of your screen.
Parker looks downfield. He decides to go long, trying to find Jaden Woodland. And that's going to be broken up. And there is a flag that does come out.
Yeah, both teams walking up here like it's going to be a defensive pass interference. More than likely against Jason Scott.
So that will be a 15-yard penalty and result in a 1st down for the Vikings. That puts the ball right on the 50-yard line. Yeah, it looks like Jason Scott just was a little overeager, got there a little early.
Yeah, it may have worked out where the ball was a little bit underthrown, where Jason Scott had to come back for it.
Yeah.
Kind of got tangled up with him.
Parker from neutral territory decides to go down the middle again. That's Noah Smith. Noah Smith dishes a defender, 2 defenders. He makes his way towards the outside. He's going towards the corner of the end zone. He's finally pushed out of bounds, but did he get in? They're going to call him out of bounds on the 1-yard line. Big catch and run for Noah Smith.
Yeah, got to the outside and barely just didn't find the right side of that pylon. Replay here. Quick pass again from Parker. 1. There's 2 and 3.
Yeah, he was out of bounds.
Yeah, good call there from the referee. Have to think that if Josiah Denmark was on the other side of him, might have been able to block him. Regardless, we're going to get Puyallup on the 1-yard line.
Parker looking to keep this one. He finds a hole, sneaks into the end zone. That puts another 6 points up on the board for the Vikings.
Yeah, Puyallup just having their way with the Evergreen defensive line, just able to move them around.
At this point, I think a big part of it is fatigue, too. I mean, for the defensive line for Evergreen, I mean, you've been outsized for 3.5 quarters at this much, and they're just exhausted.
Yeah, totally fair. Totally fair. It's tough to compete with, some of these guys are 40, 50 pounds undersized.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Yeah. It's a real struggle.
Should make it 47-14. With Puyallup looking to make it 48. Now 47 unanswered right now. Looking to make it a two-point convert. Evergreen's going to jump offside here. Apologies, it's going to be a false start.
So I think I'm not quite sure what happened in the last play because I don't think they counted the touchdown as good. I thought it was good. I didn't see any flags on the play.
Yeah, I don't have any answers.
I would be at a miss to think they would try a 2-point conversion at this point, up 30 points. Parker firing a bullet.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ryan. I think you're right here.
Yeah, trying to find Jaden Woodland. Woodland not able to bring that one in. That brings up second down, so that confirms that they did call the touchdown back. I'm not sure why. I missed that one. We apologize for that. So the score is still 41-14. Puyallup sitting second and goal from the 6-yard line. Bailey back in the game. And he's going to go ahead and get the ball. Bailey finds his way behind his blockers. And that one is going to go ahead and be into the end zone. And that puts 6 points up on the board.
And that was actually Christopher Sion with the carry there. Number 28.
Yeah.
Maybe his first carry of the night. Scoring on 100% of his touches. 6 foot, 225-pound junior running back. Also plays a little bit of defense at linebacker for the Vikings. Now it's 47-14. And Puyallup looking to add one more with the extra point here.
Bowie sets up for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And that's going to bring the score, the total for the Puyallup Vikings to 48. The Evergreen Plainsmen 14. 5:02 remaining left in this one.
Now, the way the first quarter went, I was not anticipating nearing a running clock in favor of Puyallup. We're not necessarily there yet, but we're getting awfully close here.
We're 6 points away.
Crowd's still trying to get the team fired up. Evergreen electing for the Terrence Sarion, Malachi Hodges return team.
So it looks like the confusion from the touchdown that wasn't a touchdown before the actual touchdown. Looks like there was a timeout called. We missed the timeout, so rightfully so. The kickoff will go ahead and result in a touchback. Once again, the Evergreen Plainsmen will start their drive on their own 20-yard line. 5:02 left remaining in this football game. Plainsmen trailing 14-48.
Cooper Austin coming into the game for Puyallup. He's a 6'4", 260-pound sophomore. Just another one of these guys they're able to bring into the game, going to their depth with just size that has outclassed Evergreen so far in the second half.
Looks like we do have a change in quarterback for the Plainsmen. In his number 2, Braden Rupp. Rupp keeps it, tries to get out towards the outside. He's going to get tied up, and it's going to be a loss of 5 as he's brought down at the 15-yard line.
Stop for a loss, second down and 15.
Yeah, it does look like Bombs night is over here. Rupp, a junior for Evergreen, has seen time at mostly wide receiver, a little bit on the defensive side.
Rupp hands that ball off to Damian Perez. Damian Perez breaks it around the outside. A rare rushing play called by the Plainsmen. That's going to be a gain of about 8, 7. It leaves it 3rd and 7.
Terrence Sarion coming off the field again, dealing with some more cramping issues.
Checking in is Devin Gardner. Rupp bringing Perez back into the backfield with him. And they're running close on the play clock, 2, 1. And Evergreen is going to go ahead and call a timeout to avoid a delay of game penalty as the new quarterback tries to sort things out.
Timeout, Evergreen.
Third down coming up for the Plainsmen. A good look at the Evergreen band right there.
So Rupp's going to bring the Plainsmen out of the timeout. He's got Perez in the backfield. He's got a 2-receiver set on this side of the field. Rupp's going to go ahead and keep it. He makes his way out to the outside, making his way towards the pylon. There is a late flag that comes into play. We're going to see where he was marked out of bounds.
Number 2, Braden Rupp on the quarterback.
Maybe a late tackle there.
First down marker and a penalty flag.
It is going to be a personal foul on the Vikings.
So Rupp able to get a first down here. All the way out to the home 44.
So the 15-yard penalty results in a first down. This one's handed off to Damian Perez. Perez makes his way out to the outside of his blockers. It's going to be a gain of 9. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, good run there. Christopher Sion Eventually brings him down. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the game. Second and really inches to go. Roop still in at quarterback.
Roop hands this one off to Perez once more. Perez up the middle.
Perez kind of bent in half there. Pops right back up though.
He's going to get enough for the first down. Perez limping a little bit, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, Cooper Austin really got the best of him there. Looks like several receivers here lining up for Root. 1:50 left in the game. Evergreen 1st and 10.
This ball handed off to Cyrus Fusette Sadri. And that's going to be for a loss.
Tyler DeCharm takes him down way behind the line of scrimmage. DeCharm just breaking through that offensive line.
Fusette Sadri staying in the game for second down. We've also got Devin Gardner in the game at wide receiver. Root looking back to pass. He finds Jason Scott, completes the pass for a short gain of about 5. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Mando Sandoval gets the ball real quick. Ryan, if you're Evergreen here, what are your thoughts after the game?
Gotta find a way to be creative in situations where your linemen don't match up. And I think...
And that's tough. That's a tall task.
It is. And I think that weakness of Evergreen's linesmen being undersized has really been open tonight. We didn't see it make a huge difference last week against Union. As Roop takes off, he goes towards the sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. Union really didn't see that last week. But if you're Evergreen, I mean, you got to find a way and hope you don't run into another offensive, defensive line that's that much bigger than you as the game ends. That's going to go ahead and run the clock out. Our final tonight, Puyallup High School, the Vikings 48, Evergreen High School, the Plainsmen 14. That's a tough one for Evergreen. Good news is they have not opened league play yet. That starts next week. So they've still got a great chance to go ahead and make the playoffs. They've got a chance to make things right. Thank you for joining us. Once again, we were on Comcast Channel 328 and on the Evergreen Public Schools YouTube channel. We will not be here next week. We will come back on October 17th for our next broadcast. I'm Ryan Vassbinder for Kyle Bleeke. Have a great night.